WOLB Baltimore and WERQ FM HD3 Baltimore, an Urban One radio station, minority controlled and operated and serving the African American community for over 40 years. The views and opinions of the guests and hosts you hear on 1010 WOLB are not necessarily those of the staff and management of Radio 1, its sponsors, or advertisers. Get ready. It starts now. It's time for the Tight Knit Radio Show. Solution-minded radio. Entertainment for your heart, mind, and soul. Positive talk for our community. With your hosts, Eartha Harris, In the Dawn, Ceylon Butler, and Troy Rawlings. Let's go. It's the Tight Knit Radio Show. Starting now. You're now live.
Yeah, Tight Knit Radio Show starting now. Whoa. I'm so happy with that. We're back in action, guys. Let me tell you, we got a good show for you today. I have my good friend. I mean, when we talk about good friends, she could have been the sister from another mother. But Miss Linda, she's been there for me. She's going to be here talking about the Christian Auto Tour. And I'm glad to say that I have seen it, been there, love it, been a part of it, and I can't wait for it to happen. Miss Linda, how are you doing today?
Hey, Eartha, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's awesome. Want to just say a few things. Christian Authors on Tour, CAOT, we've been around now since 2008. And what we do is we bring together men and women who use writing as a tool for Christian ministry. In the odd number years, so it's 2021, we have multi-state Christian book tours. And with COVID, we're not sure if we're going to be doing any in-person events in 2021, but we have a number of virtual events that are scheduled in the upcoming months, and we have two authors who will be on the line with us today who are participating in two different events that are coming up, virtual events that are coming up. And so I just want to really start with them. I think we have Reverend Dorothy Bulware on the line and Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson. Are they both here?
I'm here. Yes.
Yeah. It didn't work out because we got the best board operator in the world. So we got this thing going on. How you guys doing? This is Eartha.
Hey, I'm great. I know some of your energy, Eartha.
I know. I'm going to tell you how you got to do it. So you got to get young people under your wings because I got my other guy, Jim LeDon. Then I got Malon on the other line. See, what I do is I learn my lessons. I'm going to keep getting me some young people. Oh, wait a minute.
I know that's right.
And Pastor, and some sleep, so we got to add those two combinations. So that's why the show comes on 1 o'clock, right, Lynn? We got 1 o'clock.
Right.
Get ready and get you some good people in the team. But I'm so excited because, again, I definitely very supportive of Christian Authors on Tour. And I'm really excited because as me and Lynn, we always held our conversation, how important it is for people to stay connected, how important it is for people right there these days and times to be able to have something inspirational, whether it's a book or whether it's they're telling their own story or whether it's this video show. So I'm excited to have you guys.
Yeah, so Eartha 2021 is shining God's light in a dark world. And so I think everybody can kind of relate to that. And over the next couple of months, we're going to have a series of events. Our first scheduled tour stop is in March. But even before our first scheduled tour stop in March, we have a Christian book club. And our Christian book club coordinates what we call Brown Bag Lunch Series. And Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson is the featured author next month, Black History Month, the month of February. Pastor Kevin is the featured author for our online Brown Bag Lunch Series on February 12th. And then Reverend Dorothy Bulware, who's also joining us today, she is one of 8 Christian authors who will be featured in the Ladies of Christian Authors on Tour virtual showcase that's happening in March, Women's History Month, March the 27th, 2021. So we're going to work our way backwards. We're going to start, well, I don't know. Who wants to start first? Pastor Kevin, do you want to go first? Or Reverend Bullware, do you want to go first? Who wants to start?
I will yield to my sister, Reverend Bullware, if you be so kind.
Thank you, kind. I'm happy and honored to be one of the ladies that Lynn has connected with. She's been so consistent in her vision, and it's been a pleasure to watch her vision continually come to fruition and be informed by the Holy Spirit along the way. So the ladies and I will have a chance to talk to the community about our book and about how God is empowering us to be light and shine in a dark world through our faith, through our relationship with Him, and through our writings. The latest book I wrote is called Created to Walk on Water. And it looks at Peter in the Bible and how he walked out on the water when he saw Jesus walking on water. And we often rebuke him and, laugh at the fact that he stopped looking at Jesus and then he began to sink and all of that kind of thing. But I admire the fact that he had the courage to walk out on the water. And I think that ought to be celebrated. And I think that many times in our lives, we find ourselves in a place where we are out there on the water, and we are able to stand because our eyes are fixed on our Savior. And we don't even know how we got there, but we understand that He's holding us there. So that's just a couple of stories about my experiences, my faith experiences, and how God has been so kind and gracious to me in all of these years.
Wow. Another thing I want to do so we can make sure we get it in because these times go by so quick. So you say you have a couple of books. So, we can get these books now before March so we can be ready by the time this event comes around. So tell us again how we can get a hold of your books and, how people can get in contact with you.
Well, you can go to Amazon.com and you can type in my name, Dorothy Bullware. And all the books that I have written, and actually a couple that I haven't written, will come public. And be kind enough to share a review if you do buy a book, because that's the one thing it's hard to get our friends to understand, that reviews are often more valuable than the purchase of a book. And to share that book with a friend. Tell a friend about it. Even if an author gives you a free book, tell a friend about it, because Black authors often are left behind, so to speak. I also do have a website that is my entire name, Dorothy.Bullware.com. And all of my books are for sale on my website also. Thank you for that opportunity.
Yeah, well, spell your last name because I'm going to make sure I get it right.
B as in boy, OULWARE.
Okay. Now, this is why we have this show, because all of the listeners, sometimes, and this is why I get excited. For instance, somebody might say, how many people listen to your show? I said, it doesn't matter. I listen to my show. If you listen to my show, and like you said, those, and we all go share this with somebody, share some with everybody. So the thing that we're offering people opportunity, don't worry about nobody else, but anybody out here that's listening to the show, like she said, go to our website, go to Amazon, support. This is how we create our own platforms, because we complain too much, but we don't be solutionary. So Tighten It wants you to know that this is a solutionary program, and we take it seriously what we do. We bring our guests on here because they bring a solution. So I definitely will make a plan to definitely be the first one to go out and get the book. I definitely love anything that's about women. You know, we always like women groups, women organizations, women this. So I'll be there on February you said 23rd, Lynn?
Well, it's March. No, it's Women's History Month for the event that Reverend Bullware, she's in the Ladies of Christian Authors on Tour virtual showcase. That's March the 27th. And it's so funny because both, you know, they're so humble, but both Reverend Bullware and Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson, both of them are powerhouses. And what's funny too is that they're both quote unquote retired.
That's right. If we get ready to bring them out. We get ready to bring them out.
The February.
I like the sound of that word.
Yes, the February 12th date is the Brown, the Christian Authors on Tour Brown Bag lunch series, and that's Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson. Pastor Kevin, you wanna chime in and tell the listening audience a little bit about who you are and what's going to be happening on that day?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So we're looking at Friday, February the 12th, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time, and in alignment with the theme for Christian Authors on Tour, Shining God's Light into a Dark World. I'm going to be leading a discussion on the timely topic of servant leadership. I'm just coming off of my 2020 national book tour that started out in person prior to the pandemic, and then we finished up virtually, where we really were all over the country with conferences and summits and forums and bookstores, etc., spreading the message about the importance of leadership. I'm a firm believer, now that I'm in retirement, part of what I'm doing in this chapter of life is just pouring into the current and next generation of leaders. It's my passion. So the Brown Bag Lunch Series is going to be at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time, Friday, February the 12th. And I'll be leading a conversation along that topic of servant leadership from my latest book, Leadership with a Servant's Heart. This particular book has earned 7 literary awards in 2020, was named as one of the top 10 Christian leadership books by an organization called Leadership Books. And I'm just delighted at the receptivity of people around the country. Large bookstores, small bookstores, independent bookstores have embraced it. The publishing industry has embraced it. But equally important, our customers, our readers have embraced it, so that we'll all be equipped with strategies and principles to equip the next generation of leaders. I'm a firm believer, again, in alignment with the theme, Shining God's Light in a Dark World, that if we have more better leaders, we can help make the world a much better place. So in alignment with my name, Kevin Wayne Johnson is also my website, kevinwaynejohnson.com, where you can get the full slate of information about what we're doing, the events that we're involved in, where we're teaching, the church activities that I'm engaged with, and then also, of course, how to purchase the books as well. So thank you all. Hope to see you.
Well, I thank you because, you know, I had you on the show before, so I know what you're all about. And one of the things that I would like to also shout out to people is that when I met you, again, for people who want to write books, some people want their stories to be told, but they don't know how. So I don't know if you're still doing that, but I know you had offered that as a leeway for people. So I think
as an author, that's part of how we thank all the people who have supported us by turning right around and supporting and serving others. So whether you're an aspiring author, a seasoned author, or somewhere in between, just feel free to reach out, and I'm a resource to help.
And also, I'm glad that I have my 2 young people that I mentioned earlier, Ken LaDon and Malon, right? And like you said, for us to be able to get them engaged and teach them leadership and teach them how they can utilize their talents and skills, because a lot of young people, they want to be involved, but the system that they were pretty much in doesn't teach them how to apply it to the community. You know, like Minister Farrakhan said, most people are drawing out, they don't sell out. But we have a lot of people that go out and use their talents and skills in other areas, but they don't understand how they can apply it back to the community. So I'm glad that these two young men that I was introduced to, they're looking to have that opportunity. And I'm glad that you again is offering that. So I will definitely make sure they be on in February. You see, Kindergarten, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Okay, you see, I don't want to talk to you, so I just want you to go ahead and see your own commitment to what he's saying and how you feel about being a part of making this happen, because everybody needs some young people on their team.
Oh, yes, ma'am, most definitely. I definitely can say that when I heard him talking about the leadership aspect, that prong my heart, because like you said, that is something that is dear to my heart, is making sure that these young people have a good view and a good sight of leadership in their bay. So I'm definitely going to be connecting myself March 27th and February 12th. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Do I have Leon Butler? Do I have you on the line? Hello. So let me set Leon Butler up for you guys. Leon Butler actually has an app, because you know our young people, we on technology, so we're going to show you guys how you can be a part of that, so they can just push a button, and then we're going to be connected to the Christian Offers on Tour. But also, what I love about him, he's still working with the young people. He has an organization called A Different Type of Smart. So, Leon, what's your commitment? You know, you like to put people on the spot.
That's all right. If I couldn't handle the heat, right, I wouldn't be in the kitchen. So when it comes down to the youth, the different kind of smart program is actually starting from kindergarten all the way up to senior citizen, because we see the kind of pipeline it takes, and we know that education is something that so our perspective is that if we can touch you while you're young, we can put you in front of some of our excelling business owners, our readers, our learners, our scholars, our ministers, all those who kind of paved the way, like you identified earlier, and create avenues where we can put them into opportunity. And they educate for one, because we got to attention like we our generations. You got to talk it to your phone.
Let me know if you don't mind a little bit. Tell the people. Okay, can you hear me?
Is it better?
Yes, that's much better.
All right now. I was sorry about that. I was saying that we have to approach the situation as if we are generations behind. And so when we're able to tap into our youngsters and give them opportunities from elders, from adults, from those of us who paved the way, our scholars, our learners, our medical, it is going to allow us to catch up in this race, so to speak. I'm not looking at it to be running the same pace as my competition. Right, I'm running twice or 3 times as fast, and so the idea of having an app was just about making resources quickly more readily available to the everyday consumer. A lot of people want to support different causes, don't know where to go, how to go, who to trust, and so to be able to have a one-stop shop, we can highlight groups, like this and this Thunder. I know we've been on the phone about this several times, even before the app. And then develop you a supporter of this and vice versa, because of our connection with the youth programs. We want to encourage young scholars. We need you to read. We need you to write books. And so I think that this is the perfect opportunity to catch them. Our goal is to catch the youth where they are online and to help get them to where they need to be. And so I think that's a couple ways where we can kind of take up each other. Make that impact we need to be making.
And this over here is Sweetie, and Sweetie's out of the same genetics that goat I was showing you earlier. Look at Sweetie. Sweetie's
Is it over? Daddy?
Huh?
Can I pop the cake open?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
You should call me back. Call me back.
Pretty excited and honored to have Reverend Dorothy Scott Bulwer. A lot of people don't know, but she is one of the editors at the Afro-American newspaper, which is a historic newspaper, not just in Baltimore, but in the nation. So when you talk about the type of resources that we have at our fingertips, we have Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson, who for the past 30 years has been holding leadership positions throughout our federal government. So again, you talk about the type of resources that we have at our fingertips. You know, these are men and women of God who are using the gifts that God gave them to really make a difference and to make an impact. And so the event on March the 27th is free. It's absolutely free, Ursa and Kenyon, and Maylon. It's absolutely free on March 27th. The event on February 12th, the Brown Bag Lunch Series, there's a $35 fee. And with that $35 fee, you actually get a copy, a hard copy of Pastor Kevin's book. It's going to be mailed to you. And so if you want more information on how to register for both of these events, you can go to our website, www.christianauthorsontour.com. That's www.christianauthorsontour.com. And for those of you who don't like the internet, you can call us 800-929-1418 extension 1. 800-929-1418 extension 1.
Okay. So it's, make sure I got it right. It's www.christianauthorsontour.com, and it's 800-929-1418.
Yes, extension 1.
Extension 1. So guys, this is how we work at the Tight Knit Radio Show. That's why we call it Tight Knit. They're going to be the first ones to do that, because a lot of times we have so much information. I know I have so much information. I'm on everybody's site and this, that, but we need more action. And we even need more opportunities to tie our resources together so we can get the message to our community. And that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to make sure that we tighten up and we first pick out your information, we participate ourselves, and we tell somebody. Those are the three things that most people need to do in this fast-paced world, because we got so many things coming at us and everybody needs help and everybody needs resources, that the way that we can manage it is to do in that three categories. You know, see what you can do yourself, right? Share the information. And again, you be the first one to raise your hand. Hey, I mean, and I know sometimes, man, like you said, if people have a hard time financially, you can hit us at the Tight Knit Radio Show. We do have a couple of nonprofits that we're connected to, and we feel as though this is a good cause, and I'm sure we can at least sponsor at least 1 or 2 people. So if you're out there, don't let the $35 discourage you, because we'll get it back out of you, because we believe in bartering. But we really have our opportunities to make this grow. Christian Authors on Tour, like I said, it's been such a fun opportunity, because I know that all of the authors that you have exposed us to over the lifetime that I've been with you have such a deep passion for things that the community are looking for. A lot of your authors have very inspirational books for those of us who are in COVID and in the house. You know, you kind of feel down, you kind of feel disconnected. And then he has a lot of authors that have uplifting spiritual books. And I won't even just say spiritual, man, because, you know, we talked about that last time. Some people think when you talk about Christians, authors, and the poor, it's just for a selected group of people. And I don't even want to say the word church people or religious people, whatever. But Christian authors on tour has been an opportunity for all people. I mean, I know some young kids who have really enjoyed it because they have some authors who really produce children's books. So definitely look at her catalog of authors that she has out there. Be a part of this, be supportive. And definitely, then you come on, also tell them where else they can find you besides the Titan Radio Show, because I believe you guys have broadcasters other than this one.
Absolutely. I'm really excited. We are relaunching our Blog Talk Radio Show. Pastor Kevin is one of our co-hosts, and that's kicking off next Friday, February what's next Friday? Next Friday, February the 5th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Blog Talk Radio Show. So we have the CAOT Blog Talk Radio Show. It airs the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th Friday of every month. We have live interviews online at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Eartha, we were blessed in 2018 to launch an online TV show. And that online TV show is now an independent broadcast on YouTube. And our new season for the CAOT TV show starts in March. But you can go to YouTube and just type in Christian Authors on Tour or type in my name, Lynn Pender, and you will be able to see some of our past videos that spotlight different Christian authors talking about their books. And we're also looking for corporate sponsors. So if you are a business person, an entrepreneur, you have an event, a service, or a product that you're trying to get out to the masses, you should really consider marketing and promoting your business, your product, your service with Christian Authors on Tour. So as we reach hundreds and hundreds of people, we can share your product and service with hundreds and hundreds of people. And again, you can visit us online, www.christianauthorsontour.com. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. So if you just do a search of CAOT, which stands for Christian Authors on Tour, you should be able to find us. February 12th, come out for Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson. March 27th, come out for Reverend Dorothy Scott Boulware and the other ladies of Christian Authors on Tour.
And we would just like to add to Lynn's promotional package. If you get a package from Christian Authors on Tour, if you're a business, I will give you a mention on the Tight Knit Radio Show. They'll also put you on some of our social media blasts to get you out there. So when Lynn calls me up and let me know that you took one of those sponsorship packages, we'll give you a little extra bonus because we'll spread the word. Also, if you're interested in getting on our app, so our app is still available. I won't put it out there, but sometimes I have a power. I'll convince Milan to give you a discount on that too, because because like I said, one of the things that we know, talking about our youth, that's the way they communicate with utilizing their phones. So it's been a tremendous, great experience for as many people that he has downloaded the app, and he's been able to help businesses because the app actually shows you where that business is located. It shows their menu. He has all sorts of things. I'm really proud of him about how we can utilize the app and get connected. So
I would love to chime in on that. I would love to be a participant. For one, you got to walk, talk kind of thing. So IBA, people having us as a Tight Knit movement participate in this is the first step. You definitely have our support. And so, Eartha, you are right. We have a map feature that can find a location, but we also have a reward program that brings all of these entrepreneurs, black businesses, authors, and scholars together. And so that the dollar that you spend is going to make an impact on all of them, with all of them collectively. So we encourage you to shop and support your community. And we know that people need benefits and rewards, and we're in a position to do that. So I would love to connect. And Sister Eartha, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that discount and make that work, because it's about your perspective, and I appreciate and respect what it is that you guys doing great today.
All right, thank you.
And again, I want you guests, before they go off, to again give information how people can contact them and how they can get be supportive of what they're doing. So, Mrs. Dorsey, you can go first.
One of the things, if you don't mind, I'd like to say that the AFA is holding a virtual Black Business Matters Expo on February 18th, and you can find, and it's free. For all the business people, it's free. You can find the information on afro.com. And again, you can find my books on Amazon and on my website, DorothyScottBolware.com. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
You're so welcome.
And Reverend Bolware, I've already signed up for your event on the 18th, so I will be there.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, everybody can reach me. This is Kevin Wayne Johnson. You can reach me at kevinwaynejohnson.com. The email address is kevin@kevinwaynejohnson.com. All of the books are there, not just my books on leadership, but also my prior books entitled Give God the Glory. Everything is available right there. Look forward to connecting with each and every one of you, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
You are so welcome. You are so welcome. I'm going to see, Lena, maybe a minute or two, see if you had any callers. Board operator, do they have any people on the line?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, we thank you guys. I forgot to even put the number out there for people to call, but we thank you guys, and you're definitely welcome to come back to the Tight Knit Radio Show. We are family, so feel free if you got anything that you want me to put out there. I'll get some information from them, because we do also have the social media blast that we do with Kim Ladon. He's our person who can get information out on many other outlets, so we can keep the community informed and keep us connected.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. I so appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank you. Well,
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
And I don't know if we have Troy on the line, but Troy, I don't know, he's probably an incognito. But guys, that was exciting. And again, I'm glad that Lynn Pender, she was a sponsor. If you too would like to be a sponsor of the Tight Knit Radio Show, give us a call. You can come in and be a special guest, or we can promote your business. So definitely give us a call. We want to also talk about an exciting event that we got coming up that we think can solve the problem. We're going to have a drive-in theater night. Yay! Leon, is still out there?
I'm still with you.
Tell us a little bit about the drive-in theater night that we got going.
All right. So, I think the first step is that we learn to stop fighting our people, right? We know everybody, y'all want to watch the game. That's okay, right? We just have to learn to stop fighting. It's okay. We just want to make a way that what you do can make a positive impact back to your community. So on Super Bowl night, you guys can watch the game with us. We're going to be at Mr. Bobby's Chicken, 2810 Edmonton Avenue. I will give the address again. We'll be posting it all over social media, but you guys can join us that night. Watch the Super Bowls from inside your car, COVID safe, and we will service you with hot food brought to you by Mr. Bobby's Chicken and the Big Bean Theory in partnership. So we have
good food in the game, okay? That's
oh my God. Good food, good serving sizes. We're talking fish dinners. We're talking home cooked chicken boxes. We're talking about $1 wings. We're talking tacos, specialty drinks, and it's like I said, the airing of the Super Bowl. So for those of you who can join us, it's important. Book your car. It'll come with a startup meal and your drinks. For those who cannot join us, it's okay, because we also deliver. And so we're going to make the party come to you. Either way, you can get all this information through Tight Knit Radio, and the proceeds go back to keeping this radio station alive at this hour of the weekend, Saturday at 1 o'clock.
And if you heard before, we can make it easier for you guys, because if you become a member of the IBA, which stands for Indigenous Business Association, we can give you a one-stop shop So just imagine on your phone, you're going to have an app where you push a button. It's going to be able to help you find a lot of our Black businesses. It's going to help you support a lot of our community things, community events that's going on. It's going to give you the resources that you need. Because if you don't know about, hey, where this money coming from, y'all better have filed y'all taxes. Y'all better have got that PP money. Y'all better be on crypto. Y'all better be on crypto. Because Keon LaDon is not playing. He even got sold. Now he got me part of making some money off of weight loss, off of bulbs at my house. And he believed that any product that we touch, we should be getting paid. You hear me?
Yes.
Any product
Amen.
that we
Amen.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Any product that we touch, we should be getting paid. Stop going out here just being a consumer and not getting paid. You know, one of the things that we always have in our community when we start off talking from an emotional point of view. You know, we don't start off talking from a point of strength. And the only way you have strength in America, you have them dollars. So we want you to be able to understand the Tight Knit Radio Show brings you solutions and opportunities. And we're going to be developing ways even better and better. Again, we want to thank Lynn Pender with the Christian Officers on Tour. We have made our commitment to be supportive. That's what happens. Let me rub that in. When you hook up with Ken LaDon, Maylon Butler, Eartha Harris, Troy Rollins, you get some good connects. See, we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk. So we're not going to be the person that just push out your information just so people can hear it. We're going to be the people that participate. So that's why we want you guys to really take the Tight Knit Radio seriously. Make the donation, because this is a custom-made show that we put together, and we're paying for the show because you have to learn your history. Radio 1, which was formulated by Kathy Hughes, which is a Black lady who done a lot of work. You see Radio 1 TV, you see Radio 1 Radio. I mean, she's done a lot. So this is our way of giving back to her and taking the opportunity to have a custom show on her AM station to be able to talk about whatever we want to talk about. So Ken LaDon, tell these people that we don't play. We don't play Ken LaDon. Tell them about our wealth building part.
Listen, you guys. If you've been tuning in this long, once again, we want to say thanks so much for tuning into the Tight Knit Radio Show, whether you're listening in on YouTube or you're listening on our podcast, because we just updated. So now you can find us on podcasts, whether you're on Anchor FM or Spotify. You can look up Tight Knit Radio and you should find us, you guys. We are, like Eartha said, we are results and we are action people. So if you're trying to get plugged in and become a wealth builder, get connected to the Tight Knit Radio, you guys. All right. That is what is important. We've talked about the PPP earlier this month, but I just want to check in really quick and ask you guys, have you applied for the Paycheck Protection Program? If you're a business owner, the SBA, Small Business Association, is really incentivizing us, all of us who are business owners, to really get plugged in and be a part of the Paycheck Protection Program. Such a tight tongue twister. But make sure that you're connected and you're plugged in. You guys want money? Sometimes you got to go a little bit treasure hunting to find it. All right, you guys, this is Ken LaDon. That's all I got to say.
And I got a call from our favorite person, Bill Gooden. You know, we've been out there protecting your businesses too. So if you guys are out there and dealing with things like fines and fees, and you can't get the liquor license, or you can't open up your business and all that, we were down earlier with George. Stand with George. Hashtag Stand with George. Put that in, or you can go to his Facebook page, George Harris. We've been out there showing you that for a long time we have a lot of Black businesses out here that's been targeted. And that's because we don't stand with each other. So we're going to do some hashtags, stand with the Black businesses. Again, get our app. So we're going to have an emergency button on that app. If you're a business and you're being shut down, or you're being targeted, or you need some support, call us up, because I want to be able to show you how you can utilize the app. And it's the IBA app, Indigenous Business Association. But my friend Bill Gooden called me in, and he wanted us to touch on the subject that they just came out where they're going to be placing about 30 or so more cameras out there, red light cameras. You know why? Because, see, that's their solution. Their solution is that how do they get the money that they done kicked out, supposedly to help you? They're going to secretly do something to get it back. Because I'm not saying in condoning no one speeding, but the average person does not do the speed limit. So if you think that time, how many cars that place is going to catch with speed lights?
That's why you have holding on another line. I thought that you just holding it to the second half.
Oh, correct. She hasn't. I told her she has.
Okay.
Someone calling in? I'm sorry. What operator? Is someone online?
Yes, it is.
Okay, who's calling?
Bill.
Oh, Bill Gooden? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, Bill Gooden can tell it himself. We got Bill Gooden on the line. Bill?
Absolutely. First and foremost, let me just say good afternoon to everybody. Earth, I think what you said, I don't think nobody's condoning speeding around the red lights.
Right.
But it's not even about that. You know, we're in a pandemic. The worst time that we have ever in our life seen, where you got thousands of people just in food lines trying to get food. These red light cameras and these speeding cameras is not protecting the citizenship. This is strictly to make money for the city. And where do they put the majority of these cameras? In the black communities. I mean, it's just absolutely insensitive that at a time like this, then this particular board of estimates and city council just got elected. I mean, they hadn't even been there for 2 months. And you want to impose more suffering to the people? Don't make sense. It's not about because people running red lights and speeding. Listen, a year ago, I got 4 tickets myself right here on Northern Parkway in between the Alameda and La Raven. And every time I was going 42 miles per hour. How am I going 42 miles per hour 4 different times on Northern Parkway?
And that's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad that you're saying it, Bill, because what it is that we don't have enough people that we get the information to come up with the solution. Because when I get those things, I challenge them all the time, and I get them late. Because a lot of people don't challenge it. I challenge it every time I get a speeding ticket. And then one time, the red light camera was wrong. It was taking pictures, and you could turn right on red. But when you turned, they would take a picture, and it looked like you're going through the light. So sometimes we have to have the conversation that you're having. First, we get informed. Like Bill Gooden said, they're doing things because you're so worried about COVID-19 that you're not getting information. Hey, they're getting ready to come check your pockets one more time, right? And not only that, Bill, they even gonna, do a lot of things with this, what you call it, like emissions stuff. So there's always something that they come after us, so they keep us bogged down. But what we have to do, like Bill said, we have to get the information out. Then you got to go and down to the city council. I don't know, Bill. What's the action plan? Do we email them?
Right now, if people go to my page on Facebook, Dr. Keelan's page, there's a lot of people starting putting stuff on Facebook because basically we're trying to get people involved in it. And once we get people involved in it, we're going to get some directions in terms of how we're going. I will say that if people Google St. Louis and people Google Texas, then they stopped it. St. Louis actually had a class action lawsuit, and it went as far as to the Supreme Court of St. Louis, and the judge stopped it, said it was unconstitutional. Texas stopped it. So it can be stopped, So, I mean, that's why I tell people all the time, we got information at our fingertips. So you don't have to take Bill Gooden's word. You can look and see that we can stop it as long as we unite together and stand together. And I'm going to give you another classic example, because I heard you mention George earlier. I mean, George Harris is a classic example. Some people say, well, do we have a title for the boat? You know what I tell people? I say, listen, do you think that you can have 10 or 12 policemen and you riding in a stolen car, and they're going to let you stay in that stolen car? So it's obvious that George has to be right about something. He's still there. You know what I'm saying? So, we have to stop giving ourselves excuses not to stand up for what's right.
Like I tell everybody every day, listen, I thank God every day for that. I got a place to live, I'm not hungry, and I can pay for a ticket. But it's not about Bill Gooden. It's about how many people out there that can't pay for them tickets. How many more people out there that they're gonna suffer consequences because now they're getting tickets that they can't afford and they can't pay their rent already. They stand in the food lines already. So why would City Council and the Board of Estimates wants to put another 45 cameras in our community to impose more suffering on people when people losing their jobs and people losing their businesses? It makes no sense at all. But why do
No,
it?
you just said
Because
that.
we
You
don't
just
stand
said
up.
that it makes no sense, but and it's not a new thing that they're doing. But the solution that we have to do is just like you said. First, we got to inform. A lot of people are not going to see this on the TV. They're going to be talking about COVID. They're going to be talking about the president or whatever. So what we have to do first, we got to make sure that we create the platforms to inform ourselves. I would have never known this if you didn't call me. So once we create the format of, okay, let us get the information, because once people know the information, they do want to know what's the next action plan. So I'm glad you said, like you said, go to Bill Gooden page and find out this information. Tighten it, we'll put it together so we can put the information, and then we got to come up with an action plan. Because like you said, when you're talking about going to the courts, just like George is talking about going to the courts, that's another game they play on you too, because most of those people still know you have to pay someone to take it to all of those levels of court situations, or they will be able to just be in limo. So I love it for the fact that, like you said, the first thing is bring attention to it, so we have done that. The second thing is that, like you said, guys, you got to stay connected. I can run around and get everybody and bring them all together, but you guys can go to my page, go to Bill Gooden's page, go to George Hurst's page, and learn some information for yourself. So as you keep up, you know, you got to be self-determined too. You keep up with what's going on, and you keep connected. So when we make the call, you'll be able to hear the call. So that's the problem too. We got too many people out here that want a few people to do the work that we have to have many people do. So the way we're going to do it, like you said, Bill, they got to keep informed. So when you create the action plan, don't tell me you didn't know, okay? Because you're going to know, because you're going to be able to tune into those type of things. And we also have the Action newspaper. Bill, tell them about the paper.
The National Black Unity newspaper. We've been around for 4 years now. It's a quarterly newspaper published by David Murphy. I'm the chief editor. And basically, you know, I mean, I listen. I think you said it when you talked about Kathy Hughes and you talked about tight-knit radio programs. Listen, we create the narrative for our own people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the only thing that media is. Media try to slang your opinions and try to make you think the way that they want you to think. So if we constantly just looking at what other people is feeding to us, then that's the way we're gonna start thinking. We're gonna always think that we can't stop nothing. Why? Because they don't tell us that we can. They always tell us that we can't. They're gonna always tell us that we can't do nothing. Why? Because they don't want you to do nothing. As long as you buy into that and you believe that, then you're never going to do nothing. So we had to break down cycles. So, you know, the importance of media is trying to help to shape people's opinions and trying to give people another narrative about themselves and about their people. And that's what the National Unity News is. I mean, we try to provide solutions, and we offer information that you ain't going to get out of the Sun. You ain't going to get out of mainstream media, but you're going to get it from us because we control what we put in our newspaper.
And not only that, we use the technology, because also, you know, you guys have a Zoom call. So if you even want to be part of the discussion and get on the Zoom call and listen to the Action News, so we got to use their too. We got to use their Facebook, their Instagram, like you said, the podcasts and all that. Use it for our purpose so we can stay connected to our own information. But a lot of times, because we don't want to do the work, we know it. But like you said, Billy, you say, hey, Eartha, come on down. And then I look out and say, oh, it's too cold, it's snowing, or my hair ain't done, or this, that, and the other. Then we get mad when the other team wins. Stop it, because the other team does not get on the court, guys. When you play a game, the other team does not get on the court and let you win just because you want to win it. So if you're not as prepared as they are, then don't even get on the court. That doesn't even make sense that you're going to say, oh, I'm going to go down here and fight the red light camera people or the speeding or whatever you want to fight and think they ain't going to fight against you. So that's why we have to be able to strategically stay connected. We got to actually do some work. Get up off your butts and get involved. Minister Farrakhan, I always keep going back to the Rain Man March. He said, join something. If you're a lone soldier out there, you're not going to be successful. You don't have to join my organization, this organization, but join somebody because you're going to need bodies. And then when we have the organization leaders talk to each other and we tie the knots, when we throw that rope out there, we're going to be able to save somebody. Right now, everybody's throwing their rope out, and like the gentleman said when I went to the men's,
we got to tie our ropes together.
Right, we got to because it's too short. Everybody's doing something. And this is what when I went to Willie Ray's thing, I told the media, stop portraying Baltimore like it's out there just people just killing each other. And we just out there killing each other because you never want to go and find the great people that's doing the great work. Yeah, somebody got shot yesterday, Will. Yes, this happened, but there's so many other people and so many other stories that could be told that's truth about Baltimore City. So we have to make sure that we highlight people like Lynn Pinder. We highlight people that like Malon with the different kind of smart. So we also got to make people understand that that's not the only thing Baltimore City is doing. It's going out here killing the people.
Okay, let me just make two last points that you made. And you said this to me a long time ago, and it's always stuck because I liked it. When you said when you was running for council person, the people ask me why I always run and I'm not winning. Well, you made an analogy that you don't have the Orioles don't win, but every year they play baseball, so we can't quit. You see what I'm saying? We can't look at ourselves as losing and give ourselves reason to quit. Now, and you also identified a major problem. A lot of people want us to win, but they don't want to join the fight. You see what I'm saying? So people have to step up and join the ones that's fighting to give us some power, to give us some numbers so that we could have the victories that the people want to see. You see, everybody want to be a winner, but you have to get on team so you can help them to win.
And this is just another scenario that I look at me and you. But because we are the players, we don't win on you. See, I'm still playing the game. I don't care how many times I done lost, like you said, whether I'm on the Ravens or whatever. But the point is, I'm still a player. And what you want me to do, you want me to even stop being a player. And I'm not going to stop being a player because I am going to keep strategizing with my team because our goal is to win. Even if I have to be like Michael Jordan or some of the other people, get off that team and get on another team, a team that's winning. But the point is, there's great players out here. We're formalizing the team. If you want to be on our team, get on our team because we have not stopped playing. Okay, so and don't come on our team if you ain't trying to win. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm not trying to get with no people that just want to sit back and talk about why they wasn't in the gym and why they wasn't practicing and why they wasn't developing their skills. So when we got on the court, they could make them foul shots. I'm not dealing with you either. So you got to go do the work in order to win the game. And the players that I had, the Ken Lagons, the Malons, the Bill Goodens, the George Harrises, the Derek Comptons, all of these people that I deal with because we are at our best and we're pulling ourselves together. So as usual, Bill, we don't have enough time on radio, but Titan Radio comes on every Saturday from 1 to 2.
Let me just close with this, and thank you very much. But again, it's the point that you made earlier. The people, the leaders, the political pundits, the political leadership, as long as they can keep us divided and not uniting, then they know they're going to win. Once we unite as the citizens, then we'll have a lot more victories that's going to be in the interest of our communities.
And that's why I say tight-knit is the team that's united. So if you're not on the tight-knit team, then maybe you're on the wrong team, and you better come over here and join us because we're not going to be divided. We're going to stick together. We're going to go down with the ship. And all of us can swim, but we're going down with the ship. But we're right. And you say, yeah, Malon, Kenyon, or we're going down with the ship?
Yes, ma'am.
We ain't going down. How about that?
Amen. How about that?
But like Bill said, get on the team. We believe we have the winning team. Get on tight-knit. Like I said, we come on every Saturday from 1 to 2, WLOB 1010. Listen to us, make a donation, and you can cash at me, $ Eartha, which is spelled ERTHA, Harris. Make a donation, come on as a guest. We got you, okay? So unfortunately, we ran out of time, and I don't want to get my board operator in trouble.
All right, Eve. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you.
All right.
Guys, you have listened to the Tight Knit Radio. We'll see you next Saturday. Peace out.